Hey Simon, my reel got 300,000 views, but I made no sale from it. How can it actually be possible? I mean, 300,000 people clicked on this video. Yeah, because you were optimizing for going viral and you weren't optimizing for actually making sales and turning leads into pure profit. Okay. In this video, I will show you exactly why there are YouTube channels that I personally know and partner with that have only 2,000 subscribers, okay, that I am nearly making 6 figures a month from their content because they are very niche down and they know exactly which formats to. I will tell you exactly how to structure your content in a way that you can turn a completely cold lead into a buying customer, okay? And on top of that, I would show you why you don't need to go viral. And I mean, I went viral, not on this channel, not on my current Instagram account, but I had some accounts before, okay, where I was talking about other stuff. I went viral, I had videos hitting 300,000 views myself, but I made no money from them. Why? Because I wasn't optimizing for actually sales, for selling my product. Okay. And in this video, I will show you how you can turn your content into a free advertiser. Okay. I will show you exactly how the algorithm works so that you can directly target your ideal customer through your ad message, through your content messaging. Okay. Why it's so similar to kind of how ads works. And I will show you why viral means you will attract brokies. Okay. So look, basically, to understand this, we first have to have a look at the lead journey. Let's say someone sees you online. Okay, they see, let's say, hey, for the sake of this video, as always, you're an Amazon business coach. Okay, you're teaching other people how to do Amazon FBA. That's an Amazon business model. How to have success on Amazon. You're a coach, okay? And you have content where you talk about your business and so on and so on and so on. Now, the first thing in the lead journey that you always want to do is relatability. The lead should see you and should think something like, when the lead comes to you, he thinks something like, I'm getting asked. Okay, maybe it's in my job, maybe it's because I want more money, maybe it's because I don't have the time that I want, but there needs to be something that stirs the interest in the lead. If there's something isn't there, this isn't the right lead for you and you are not using the right targeting, okay? So your lead needs to have some kind of pain point that will actually cause it to take action, because when do we take action as human? When the pain of inaction is bigger than the pain of action. So he needs to have some kind of point. For a lot of people, this is they want to earn something on the side. They are sick of getting told by a boss all the time how to live on their boss schedule and not having the freedom of actually being their own boss and making their own decisions. Okay, I know a lot of people with this pain points. This could be a point for I'm getting at. However, there could be a bunch of other points, right? Depending on what niche you're in. Now, then they see you online and this kind of captures their awareness. So the next step is to get their awareness by showing by showing what you do, by showing how that works. So what I would do, for example, I would show myself taking a vacation in a nice luxury resort, maybe while everyone else is working at home. Oh, I would show myself operating in my warehouse or show my Amazon sales come in while after I literally just woke up. Okay. What do you do? This is kind of where you can go with this a bit of flex content. You don't want to do too much. Don't buy a supercar. Don't go too hard on this. Just this elegant style of flexing. Okay, going to nice locations and so on. Then they want to know what you do, and then we say, hey, we do Amazon wholesale or Amazon FBA. And then what happens is we basically get the awareness for that vehicle. So the next question they will ask, okay, how does that actually work, right? So how does Amazon wholesale actually work? Okay, I know you're doing it. I know if I don't want to get asked, I should do it. But how does it actually work? Okay, and then you explain, well, it's actually quite simple. You source products that Walmart has been sourcing for ages. And you just resell them on Amazon, the world's biggest online marketplace. Okay, and then what I want to get is more education. Okay, this is the information phase. Okay, what are those skills that I need for that? And so on. What do I need to do to get there? And we say basically, you just need to learn how you can actually find the right suppliers, how you can find the right products, and how you can connect with the right suppliers to get the right product at a discounted pricing. That's literally it. And then he will ask, how do I acquire those skills? And yeah, well, you can do it on yourself. It will take you months. It took me months acquiring these skills, okay? And thousands of dollars in mistakes. Or you can simply join my program and book in a free strategy call with my team. We will have a look at your situation and see how we can help you the best way to present the shortcut to all of this. This is the lead journey, and you want to guide them through. Why did I tell you all this? Not for fun, because you basically need to, your content needs to start here and exit here, and this is where they want to hit your sales call. Okay, so you really want to guide them through the entire journey, from relatability to awareness of the vehicle to education, and then to education on how to acquire those skills. And we talk about this by following a structure: top of funnel, middle of funnel, and bottom of funnel. Now, if you've ever heard about this before, and you probably have, don't be scared. I won't bullshit you with the same stuff everyone says, because I think a lot of people are getting some stuff fundamentally wrong about what top of funnel and middle of funnel and bottom of funnel content is, okay? This simply means the kind of awareness levels that you're talking to. These people aren't that aware, okay? They don't know you. They aren't aware. They're kind of here. I'm getting effed, okay? So our content is kind of here, awareness. Now, middle of funnel content is, how does that work? To what are the skills that I need for that? And bottom of funnel content is kind of, how do I acquire those skills, and some more objection handling content over here. So top of funnel content is only designed to make leads aware of your solution, okay? Make leads aware of you. The goal here is just awareness, okay? So top of funnel content could be something like, what I'm thinking about, for me, for example, as you know, on this channel, I'm talking about scaling coaching and info product businesses. What could be top of funnel content? It could be something like cold versus warm traffic, what most people get wrong. Why business owners must run webinars in 2026. I've got a video. Why you must run ads as a high-ticket business. I could borrow authority in my top of funnel content. I did this actually in an Instagram reel, which probably is already posted by the time that you're seeing this video, where I said something like, at 60 miles an hour, the loudest noise in this new Rolls Royce comes from the electric clock. Where I basically borrowed this example from David Ogilvy, one of the best advertisers in history. And I emphasize why these kind of unique positioning and being detailed works. This was one of the best and most well-performing ads in advertising history, for your info. And I use basically big names that my ICP might already know, because a lot of advertisers know David Ogilvy and associate them to my solution, okay? Now, important, this top of funnel content is only designed to catch attention, okay? It's not meant to educate. It's why content, without providing the actual how, okay? This is also where you want to have all this awareness that I was talking about, like showing you live what you actually do, how you operate. Another top of funnel content, where when I'm doing this Amazon business, could be something like, yo, a food warehouse tour, how a $3.5 million business actually looks from the inside, or why my $3.5 million business allows me to take 2 weeks off and go on vacation because it's 85% automated. This kind of things are top of funnel content, where you actually, you don't necessarily, I always see people talking about you need to do trends. No, you don't. You don't want to do trend. You don't want to go viral. However, you need to keep in mind that you still want some eyeballs from the right customers. And if I'm doing a warehouse tour, I might be getting more eyeballs from people who are actually sold on Amazon, okay? Now, the middle of funnel content is then the expert and authority content. This is kind of the case study content a bit, okay? So you basically want to show that what you're actually teaching to others. So in my case, I could show a video how we scale a webinar from minus 50K to 6 figures, which is also on this channel, by the way, where I actually break down a full client case study on how all of this works. So this would then be the question, how does all of this work, and what skills do I need for this, right? Over here, how does all of that work? And then the next thing would be something like, from break even to 8.3x ROAS, here's what's changed. Or how we increased our sales call sharp rate from 42 to 68%, breaking down a 7-figure hiding funnel. As you can see, compared to the top of funnel content, we assume that leads are already way more aware and educated. I don't talk about why they should do webinars. I don't talk about why they should run ads. They already know that they should do it, and they just break down how it actually works in depth. Okay, so the how is the main thing here in this content. Okay, how does this work? What was already answered with the why also as well. Now we want to know the how. Okay, how does it actually work? And then we get directly to the bottom of funnel content. And the bottom of funnel content goal is direct conversion. It's not only just nurturing as over here. This is really just mainly nurturing and breaking down education. And bottom of funnel content is really for direct conversions. Okay, so for example, why our clients don't burn money on ads after working with us, why hiring us will help you scale your high-ticket business. So for example, I really want to go very, very in depth with all of these objections that you might have. Why agencies who got burned before are now hitting record amounts with us, what most agencies get completely wrong, how we are different from all the other people in the market. And yeah, we are different from 90% of the people indeed. Okay, then we want to highlight something like Q&A sections in their Instagram profile. John Lee does this all the time. This is just objection handling content. He has something like, okay, how much does it cost? How long until I make my first sale for my AI agency? Do I actually have to build these AI tools? What AI tools will I be selling? Do these businesses really need these tools? So a lot of objection handling content. And he has pinned this as number one. This guy has more than 300K followers and is making more than $5 million. Nearly 10% of them with organic. Okay, so this would be still 500K from his organic promo that he makes every single month. However, he has this objection handling content pinned, and as you can see, results over here, and then my story, kind of more this top of funnel content. Building this also kind of top of funnel content, and the results here again, bottom of funnel content. This is how an Instagram profile looks like this, right? And another basically thing would be, how soon can I expect to make my investment back? How soon will I see my first ROAS? When I will be able to launch my first webinar? This could be objections that you might have when you see my videos, right? What are you guys actually doing for me? Or I could do podcasts with an actual client. How we scale this client, the BizOp offer from -50 to 100K. Joe had been burned before. Here's what we did differently. Be careful with bottom of funnel content. A lot of bottom of funnel content is meant for leads who are already aware of your offer. Okay, and drop any offer related content here on your Instagram profile, on your YouTube, if you're not selling directly on your Instagram, on your YouTube. So for example, I wouldn't like to add an entire product pitch on my Instagram, on my YouTube, and drop the price and so on, handle price objections, because this is really something that I want to have for someone who actually hops on a sales call with one of my team members, to have them handle the objections in real time, because they have obviously a human at the other end, right? And the salesperson is trained on handling objections when they come up. And when a lot of people see a price and maybe for you offer $10,000 for this ticket, they will get scared away before they even because they think about it and they're like, oh no, I can't do that. But on the sales call, obviously, our closer can show them why it might still be a good idea for them to invest that money. Now, with that being said, these are the only 3 content types that you actually need: top of funnel content, middle of funnel content, and bottom of funnel of content for this lead journey. Okay, from relatability to awareness of the vehicle, to education, and to more education on how to actually acquire these skills. So one more time to summarize, I'm getting F. What do you do? How does it work? What are the skills that I need for that? How do I acquire the skills? Your content should answer one of these 5 questions and you're completely good to go. You don't need to care about top of funnel. You don't need to care about bottom of funnel. You don't need to care about middle of funnel. If you just follow these 5 questions here in the lead journey, and I'm telling you, if you just provide enough of these different content formats, of these 5 formats, okay, then you will have success with your content and you will turn it into an actual printer. Now, with that being said, content is great, but obviously content can be put on steroids if you run ads. And if you want someone who not only writes the entire organic content and entire strategy for you based on literally generating multiple 6 figures for clients with content, then I can help you. We can help you. Okay, we can show you exactly how we can implement these strategies for you. How we can not only do this, but also run ads, and also do the entire funnel, because after they leave you content, they should be sent to a sales page, a video sales letter, or webinar, whatever way, then pitch them on the webinar and so on, and literally build this entire funnels out. If you're free to reach out to me, it's Simon@Asman on Instagram, or growinginfo.com to book in a free strategy call. And if you like this video, if you found it helpful, if you think that you should send it to someone who needs it, then leave me a thumbs up, okay? Subscribe, send it to someone. And with that being said, guys, take care.